This show contains adult content. Howdy folks, I'm Caleb Sunstead, your host and game marshal. Sounds Like Crows is brought to you with the amazing support of our patrons, including Ariel Weiss, Jared, Greg Gray, Suzanne Hagen, and a new patron, Aaron Blackston. Thanks, Aaron. Aaron's been a good friend of the show for a long time. He streams sometimes with our very own Marshall Sims. Aaron, I believe, streams at twitch.com/Chief Blackstone, and I will link that in the description down below. Thanks for your support, Aaron, and thanks to everybody else that supports us. We have had access and have been able to do a lot of things we wouldn't have normally that I think have made the show a better show, so thank you so much. We appreciate you. All music on the show has either been licensed from Void Core Productions, written and performed by Rudy Zuniga or Levi Rojas, and Savage Worlds of the Deadlands Reloaded system are owned by the Pinnacle Entertainment Group. And with all of that out of the way, welcome back to the Weird West. We open on Old Boots' boat, still morning hours, heading off from the city of Los Angeles into the Great Maze.
So, that was my aunt.
Yeah. How did that not come up?
Hell if I know. We were just there to get clothes. She didn't say nothing.
Well, shit, I thought it was going to be a surprise. I thought it was going to be, oh, here's your aunt you haven't seen since you were kids or whatever.
I don't think we've ever met.
Oh, shit.
Well, now we know.
Well, she knew you were her nephews. I mean, I told her.
She didn't say anything to us. I mean, on our mama's side?
Yeah. Nightingale, right?
I don't know. That side of our family never really talked to us too much.
What kind of son doesn't know their mother's maiden name?
Hey, don't give me that shit. What's your mother's maiden name?
Bellatrix the Strange.
Got him.
Don't turn this around on me.
Yeah, you didn't know either.
All right, well, I guess if she doesn't want to talk to you, I guess don't talk to her.
Fine with me, I guess.
Dang, that's so strange.
Yeah, well, we are a bunch of crows. It's kind of how it goes with our family.
Yeah.
I didn't really like our daddy too much anyway, so I guess I ain't that surprised.
Yeah. Harper, can we fit all those women on this boat?
I'm sure there's going to be other boats, if we need it.
Okay.
We'll get it done, alright? Don't worry about it.
Listen, you've told me stories about, well, she looks over to Thaddeus. Are you sure they're going to be okay bringing them with us?
He kind of takes a breath and waits a beat. Yeah, I think they will.
Guess you must be rubbing off on him. She smiles.
I don't know about that, but, well, we ain't just going to leave them there.
All right, well, shit, I can't go back to sleep. What are we going to do on this fucking boat?
Isn't it like the middle of the day?
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to play solitaire and drink. That's what we're going to do on this fucking boat. We're going to just show up just plastered. All of us have our own deck of cards playing solitaire. We're not playing any card games with each other.
Hey, old boot, how long does it take to get up there?
Well, we probably got to stop for the night. We could get there early morning, or we could get there late at night tonight.
Harper kind of looks at Grace with his eyebrows raised.
I'm just tagging along, it seems like.
I mean, the ladies aren't there, right?
Well, I don't know.
Tabitha's not there.
Right.
We might as well show up in the daytime when we can actually talk to some soldiers, maybe.
I don't know. If they're working for Tabitha, it might be better to sneak in there and get one in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I agree with Harp. Sounds like a good plan that way.
Yeah, I guess we're not really friends with the Mexican army, are we?
Yeah, I mean, we walk in during the day, they might just start shooting at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess especially if Mondragon's there.
Yeah, but if they just see a boat in the night approaching their city, they might just start shooting at us too.
Oh, I can make this baby run silent.
Just slide in.
Well, there you go. No more time to waste. Give us all day tomorrow to get out there.
Well, old boot better keep drinking.
I'll get you another.
What are the boys doing to pass the time on the boat?
Fuck, I am bored. I am so tired of being on this goddamn boat. It felt like we were just on it.
We were just on it.
We have spent a lot of time here. Hell, this is almost starting to become like a home.
It is not a home. It is a boat.
Well, that's not fair to old Boot. It's certainly his home, ain't it, Abel?
Don't give a shit what his home is, Thaddeus. This ain't ours.
Hey, Hart, let me see that arm of yours. It's brand new.
Yeah.
Come on, let me touch it. And he kind of gets over there and starts grabbing it.
Harper kind of extends it. He's got the sleeve rolled up to like kind of where his skin ends. He's a little nervous that he's going to get like the cloth caught in the machinery. So like all of the parts are exposed.
Can you feel this? He grabs you with his hot hand.
I can feel you grab me, but I can't feel how hot it is.
Really? This fucking hand is hot. It's always hot.
Yeah, what is that about anyway? It's been going on for like a month now, right?
Yeah, it's not normal. But I don't know.
I mean, it's your curse, right? Everybody got cursed somehow.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's one of the better ones. He kind of looks over at Abel.
Abel glares.
Yeah, you got that right. Well,
I still got to test this thing out. So, what do you say and Harper kind of sets up on a bucket to arm wrestle?
You're about to get your ass whomped on.
yeah, all right.
All right, we'll see.
Thaddeus is going to go reach into some compartment in the boat that he's been leaving his supplies in, and he's going to grab out Hoyle's book of games and start researching.
Let's place this on like a barrel or something very pirate-like.
Hell yeah. Pirate arm wrestling.
Pirates, they say.
Do you have like super strength or some shit?
Abel helpfully plops down a very large barrel.
Hell yeah. So the way this arm works is it works like a normal arm all the time, except if I want to use it for something special. So like if I want to use it in fighting, climbing, or there was something else. If I roll snake eyes on that roll, whatever that roll is, then it's damaged. It doesn't explode or anything, as far as I know, but it's going to take like 1d6 hours to repair it, and it requires a professional or somebody with mad science to fix it.
Dang, so you're okay with Lucky just breaking your arm right in front of you with his awesome strength?
I mean, I just have to pray that I do not roll snake eyes right now.
Well, he's going to break it.
That would be pretty funny, though.
That would be funny.
Thinking it's an opposed strength roll, and if you're using your arm, Harper, that's upgraded to a D12.
A D12?
Holy
Okay, I don't even have a D12.
You're about to watch Lucky get wrecked.
Also, it might not work exactly like the arm in the book, but I guess we'll find out at a future date.
Shit. Are you going to roll or what?
Not anymore. Fuck that, Dave. D12? Lucky's out.
That's a...
He blew up a
man.
12 into an 11.
All right, watch this, boys.
That's a 23.
All right, so Lucky's got 2 bennies. Okay, I'm going to blow up this 1. That's a 4.
Opposed by a 23, 19 over.
Is that 4 raises?
That's, yeah. You know what we should do? We should do a best of 3, to represent the struggle.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, with a 23, was there a struggle, Caleb?
Not in the beginning, but Lucky
That was
wasn't
just the
taking it
first
serious.
round. We talk some smack, get hit, and then we'll push for a best of 3.
Then Lucky gets serious.
So wait, Harper, this is your right arm?
This is his left.
Oh,
so
man.
It's your main hand. This is your main hand.
All right, I'll go easy on you, Harp. This is my my good hand.
All right, I think that's a bad idea, Lucky. And you can just hear like the heavy mechanical thud as he kind of cracks his elbow down onto the barrel.
I don't think Crane's going to give us another arm, Lucky. Be careful.
All right. I'll go easy on him at the start.
No, I'm talking about you.
He kind of like looks for he kind of uses his right arm to jeer him up.
All right, are you ready?
Lucky tips his shades down a little bit. Oh, I'm ready.
And then there's just like a loud mechanical as he just slams your arm down into the barrel.
The barrel splinters a little bit as his hand reels from the pain.
Hey, don't break old Boots' barrel. You're going to have to pay for that.
Holy shit. Damn, Harp, that's pretty good.
Kind of spins his wrist around in that screwdriver motion that he keeps doing.
No, you shouldn't do that, though.
It does that.
That is unsettling.
Oh,
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool too.
Well, I mean that was bullshit. I mean I wasn't even ready for that one.
All right, Lucky, well, let's
Obviously
go
not.
again.
Man,
All
Lucky,
right,
you got
but
smoked.
on the count of 3 this time, you can't just go, right?
Sure.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was. He didn't. He
Is
just
it
went.
on
He
3 or 3 and then go?
Well, hell, Abel, why don't you decide? It's the only judging you got left.
Abel looks over at him, and if looks could kill, piece of shit. Fine. He pulls out his pistol and holds it up like a starter gun. Are we ready?
They set back up.
This time, I think I'm ready.
Jesus, you boys don't fuck around.
Fires the pistol.
4s.
I wanted to win so bad.
4v3.
I'm pretty fucking close to Benny in this.
4v3.
You got a blue Benny.
I got a blue Benny. Lucky's gonna spend that blue Benny
Oh,
for
jeez.
pride.
A blue
Okay.
one, huh?
Yeah,
For
I
a
got to set a
D6.
blue one. D6. 8.
So I have a chance of destroying my arm if I roll snake eyes. So I'm
Oh,
not.
you
I'm gonna try to
shit.
keep it to a few rolls as I can. So I think there's a good fight on this one. And then his hand kind of hits the barrel, and he kind of looks up at you and grins.
Wow, Lucky.
Yeah, that's me serious. He rubs the sweat off of his brow.
I like
Hey,
it.
good show, good show. That's one apiece.
Tiebreaker round.
You ready, punk?
You want I should let you win again?
Well, let's see if you can put up a good fight this time.
Hold on, before you roll,
I'll reroll that.
the winner of this is gonna get a Benny.
This is a gold Benny too. This gives us a D8 in fucking piloting skills.
Abel raises the pistol again and fires it kind of in Thaddeus's direction.
Oh, Karen blew up a 12.
23 again.
I got a manly 5.
Oof. That's a splintering win.
I got the gold Benny.
Shit.
So I think this one, as soon as you start pushing, Harper's arm just doesn't move. And he just like lets you go and go and go until you're just tired. He doesn't move it at all. And then when you're huffing and puffing, he just slowly, with a big grin on his face, lowers it down.
Lucky's eyes bulge as he's doing this because he's putting in every last ounce of strength to repel your arm.
As it slams into the barrel, there's an exclamation from all the boys. And Harper, as you pull your hand back, you look down, and the metal is red hot.
Lucky clasps Harper on the shoulder. All right, buddy. You won this one. That was a good one, though.
Imagine if Lucky dies because he can't vigor roll.
I like it. It's worth it. Hey, I got a floating Benny.
There was an exclamation from all the boys. Thaddeus's was maybe a little bit louder and shocked. What sort of like nice fist-sized object would be hanging out on a boat, just kind of loose around here?
Many empty bottles?
Yeah, that's good. Ah, shit! Hey, you petty son of a bitch! And he's gonna whip a bottle at Abel real quick.
Oh, shit.
Not like to hit him, but at him.
As it crashes on by, he looks over. Oh shit, Thaddeus! I did not see you sitting there.
Yeah, I'm certain that's true.
My aim was a little off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Getting rusty in your old age.
Anybody want a cigar? I got some in my pocket here.
As Lucky cheers
Yeah.
Harper with his shot glass. A cigar? Yeah, I could get for one.
I'll take one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there goes all my cigars, I guess.
Hey, your
Gotta be
fault for
careful.
offering.
Yeah, I guess so.
Gotta be careful when you're making that offer around crows. That's fine, Ellis. I don't need one.
Well, shit, I'll take his.
Sounds good.
Harper kind of excitedly lights it with his hand that's still glowing red hot, and it like doesn't quite work at first, and it takes way longer, but he manages it.
Lucky immediately takes a pull from it, coughs, and then drops the cigar overboard.
Come on.
Lucky. That was a nice cigar.
Oh, shit. This sucks.
I think Ellis inhales it, and you can see a little bit of smoke coming out from like his chest area underneath his suit.
Unless you got a little something there.
Yeah, you got a little something there. Gestures to your arm.
He kind of glances towards Grace with like a surprised look that you're like not reacting in any way to this, and he just kind of looks back to you and shrugs. All right.
Are you okay there, Ellis?
Yeah, I'm just a little sick. That's all.
Through his porcelain mask.
It's not porcelain. It's gold and silver.
Gold and silver, yeah, whatever you say,
Get
Phantom.
it straight.
All right, Thaddeus, you want to look in this Hoyle's Book of Games here?
Yeah. Thaddeus was he was serious about looking into anything to do with flaming hands and things like that, and see if there's any sort of hexes or hidden rules about things like that in the book. And he's been using this Ace of Spades as his bookmark for a while now, and so he's just sort of reading through lines and things like that.
Yeah, first let's get a roll for an occult roll.
5.
Okay. You do see, you're looking at sort of curses, or are you looking for stuff with burning?
I'm looking specifically for different things revolving around burning. Curses seems it could be broad, and he doesn't quite think that's what's up with Lucky just yet, or at least it's kind of obvious, so he's not going to look into those.
You see a whole subset of tricks and hexes all relating to flame and fire. There's like several chapters just on, I don't know what they'd call it in Deadlands, but pyromancy. Many different sort of incantations and card combinations. And you do find something similar to Lucky's, but it seems temporary. And it seems like anything that's permanent, like Lucky's is, should be, The thing about hexslinging, the thing about magic is that it always comes with a price. And so it seems that just based upon what you've seen, like it's constantly listing the drawbacks and what could happen to you and how to avoid sort of the backlash that you've experienced in your life. And nothing about it seems to bode well for the amount of power that Lucky has and the fact that you've seen no real negative repercussions so far.
I think he's been sort of reading this, like I said, using the card as sort of his line guide, sort of tugs at his beard for a little bit and furrows it when he gets to that section there. He thinks about it and sort of picks up the ace and spins it in his fingers. And we see a little flicker of some fire around the edges of it. He sort of thinks about how it works for him and how that's different from Lucky's. And then it dawns on him, he's been talked to about this ace recently. So he's going to reach into his pocket, sort of looking around, and grab out that 6 of spades that Ash tossed on him earlier the other day. He's going to sort of rub the two cards together, and he's looking to cast Hunch on this.
Would you remind me in the audience how Hunch works?
I think it tells me the stuff in the past about this item, not necessarily the future.
Oh, the 6 of spades.
Right. The thing Ash gave to me.
Right.
When he was telling me to be careful about, the deck of cards I've been using. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 power points to cast Hunch as I'm touching these cards. The forces of darkness really hate this because it gives me insight into the past of a person, place, or thing. So long as I'm successful, I get a vision, feeling, insight, or hunch about some event that happened in the target object or person's past. Raises grant more information at your discretion. It's at least a success.
It's at least a success.
Honestly, this is kind of important to Thaddeus. So he's going to go ahead and use Fate's Favor to turn this red Benny into a blue Benny and add a d6.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up a lot.
On top of the 5,
Oh,
I get a 6. This is the second time Fate's Favor's got me a 1.
looks like you're not very favored.
So you're
seems like it.
specifically touching the 6 that Ash had.
That's right.
The smell of rain first, followed by the smell of gun smoke. It's night and it's raining somewhere in the west. We see Ash's boots moving in the mud, stepping over his expended shell and moving towards his victim. He stops in front of a body, rain pouring over his hat and over his Confederate cavalry coat that only holds a private's ranking on the right shoulder. He leans down to the body, out of frame. You can see him start to shake. There's a shot of the ground as the rain is falling in this circle where a spot is being carved out by his hat. So all around this circle, rain is falling, but in the middle of it, where his head hangs above it, is for the moment untouched. Then we see a few tears drop into the ground. We hear a sniff. He rummages through the coat pocket on the ground and pulls out a deck of cards. He stands up and walks away.
Well, shit, there's more to this than he let on. Thaddeus doesn't know what else to quite make of this just yet, so I think he goes back to reading in the book with a troubled look on his face.
I like how Thaddeus always does this and then immediately goes, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Turns out he never knows what's going on.
What just happened?
Night has fallen as Old Boot shifts the hybrid engines into silent running mode. It's barely a whisper as the boat sails across the surface of the dark waters. Up ahead is a relatively flat plateau. It's almost just coming out of the water like a rocky beach. Most of it's dark, but there's a scattered few buildings, a few of which are still lit up in the night, sort of in the distance, as Old Boot throws this big lever in the middle of the ship. Well, you boys want to come from any specific side, or you just want me to I'll just pull up in there. I can get us pretty close to shore, and then I figure you boys can just swim on in, and we can set some sort of rendezvous point.
Oh, swim. That sucks.
Well, how else are we going to get in there sneaky?
I don't know. What if we need to make a quick getaway?
Well, I'll be there for the quick getaway. Yeah, you can take one of these. He like moves up to sort of the top of his boat, sort of like inside one of the covered areas, and he bangs 2 times on a specific section of the wall, and like out pops this panel revealing about, I don't know, like 12 different handguns of different configurations and sizes. One of them has a very large barrel, and he pulls it off the wall and hands it to you, Lucky.
What the hell is this?
You fire that baby to the sky, it's going to scream like hell, and I'm going to come running.
That's terrifying, old boot, but thanks.
He closes up the panel, smiles, and takes another pull on whiskey.
Lucky tucks it into his pants.
I think I'll stay here with the old man so he doesn't die.
Fine with me.
Yeah, right. Old Boot can handle himself, though, trust me.
I can come with, but if you boys need someone to bail you out in the middle of it, I mean, she like looks
Listen,
to old
if
boot.
you're afraid to go in there, just say it. It's not a big deal.
Fuck you.
Don't do that. We actually might need backup.
She grabs her rifle, cocks it, looks in the chamber, and then finishes levering it. Let's go.
All right, then.
I think you guys are going to need to make an athletics roll to make it to the shore. You need to make an athletics roll so that when you arrive on shore, you've got all your faculties, so you're not tired.
How deep is the water here? Like leading up to the shore?
Well, he's stopping quite a ways out. He's probably stopping like 100 yards out.
That's a fucking long swim.
We're swimming a
That is a
football
really
field.
long swim.
We're swimming a football field in like all leather fucking boots and shit.
If you want him to get closer, he certainly will, but I would make some sort of check to see if you're spotted.
I'm assuming that we like take a plank overboard with us or something to like push along and float. We're not free swimming. We just wrap our guns up, put them on top of the board, and like swim along with it like a float.
I'll give everyone a +2 to their roll, and I'll give Isaac a Benny for that.
Oh, smart.
Cool.
Alex, do you mind rolling 2d6s for
Yeah,
me?
you got it. 6 blew up.
Oh.
Looked like a 10.
So a 12 with the +2.
Anybody fail?
Not with that +2.
A quick swim later, you arrive at the shore. It's a little bit chilly as you come out between the water and sort of this light wind that's whipping over you as you pull yourselves up and pull the board up. You look back and you can't even see Old Boots' boat out in the water. Even if it was right where it was, he's far enough away. It'd be hard to see. Up ahead of you are the lights of this town. You don't see any perimeter guards or anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're there.
Abel unwraps the oilcloth package from on top of that float, pulls out his shirt that he had folded in there and slips it on so it's dry still, pulls out his pistol, shotgun, checks him, and looks around at the other boys.
Yeah, Harper definitely didn't bring his chaps or his nice vest or anything. But he just reaches in and grabs his pistol and finds a little bit of cover behind a rock or something.
Do we hear anything?
If you want to make a notice roll, Ellis, you can certainly see if you can hear anything. Unless Harper wants to look for some rocks.
I got a 5.
You hear some laughing, sort of barely on the wind.
Yeah, anybody want to go scout it out with me?
I'll go with you.
I think Ellis just isn't wearing his coat. He's just got like the vest and the shirt with the sleeves rolled up.
We should do this as a dramatic task.
Okay.
So I think between the two of you, we're going to need 4 successes as you approach this camp.
Okay.
You guys
So
got this.
It's 1 success.
Oh,
7.
cool.
Close.
So Harper, you sort of take the lead right at the beginning, leading Ellis between sort of these boulder patches. Ellis, you can hear that laughing in the distance. As Harper gets ready to go forward, you look to your left, Ellis, and you see a man walking. You grab Harper and you pull him down, and there's this tense moment where he walks by, sort of stumbling, and then keeps walking past you. Harper, roll it.
That's 7.
You lead Ellis up to the town of Rancho Perdido, and it's pretty small. There's probably less than 20 buildings. You come up near a stable. You can hear some horses milling about inside, although it's late enough that the stable handwork has long since stopped. You look around the corner, and there are just some people coming through. Actually, they look like stable hands. There are a few stable hands that are sort of standing by the big barn doors that are here. Ellis, go for it.
I got a 5.
You guys are doing so good.
We did it.
We snuck in there.
What sort of building are you looking for, Ellis?
I'm not looking for a building. I just wanted to see what was going on here, if there's lots of soldiers walking around, if they have like guards posted. I just wanted to see what the overall situation was in this city.
Then with that, you guys easily make your way sort of through the perimeter. No, it doesn't look like they have perimeter guards, actually. It more looks like a barracks town than anything else. It just seems to have like a stable. There's sort of like a butcher shop that you can tell immediately from the smell. Calling a shop is a bit much. And then 3 adjacent buildings, and that if you peek through one of the walls or one of the windows, you can see are sort of lined with beds for presumably soldiers. In addition to that, there's the thing that dominates the town. The only thing that still really has lights on is there's just like a little cantina in the middle of the town.
Harper looks over to Ellis. What do you say we just snatch one of these guys?
And then we could do that, or we could just walk right into that cantina.
Yeah, I guess that might work.
I mean, they don't look too aggressive. I don't know. Let's just ask the rest what they want to do.
All right. And then I think they start moving back.
It's probably a good 15 minutes before your brothers join you back at the beach. They arrive sort of just out of the darkness. You barely see them until you hear their footfalls first.
Hey, what's the word?
Well, they don't have any guards posted or anything. It's not really defended at all.
And there's a cantina.
Yeah.
It's just a regular town. It's not like a fort or nothing.
Looks like it might have been at one point, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I think we might just be able to walk in.
I think so too. I mean, is it going to be weird if there's 5 of us?
There's 5 of us in a small town. I mean, I'm sure they know everybody that's in this town, right?
There's 6 of us.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I just looked at Grace.
Right. 6.
I mean, maybe we just decided to stay here for the night, right? Maybe we're just looking for a place to settle down, have some drinks.
Yeah. What are they going to do anyway? Who gives a shit, actually?
Right.
I mean, I'd prefer not to start a fight with the army.
I didn't see no docks either.
Yeah, I don't think you could call it an army there.
Well, without a dock, how is it that they get boats out of here?
We'll ask them, Thaddeus. We'll ask them real nice, all right?
Yeah, well, let's see about asking them separate from their friends. They're probably not going to appreciate our methods.
Should we go all in at once, or
I don't know. Let's just do 3 and 3.
How are we going to let old Boot know?
I can shoot this gun?
Yeah, he gave us that thing.
Do not do that.
Lucky kind of like waves it towards Abel.
You'll be fine.
Lucky.
That
ain't fun.
All right. He puts it back in his pants.
Might shoot somebody accidentally.
That would be mighty unfortunate now, wouldn't it, Lucky?
Yeah, we start going towards this cantina.
Yeah, I guess non-stealthily. We're just fucking getting up and going.
Yeah, without the necessity of stealth, you get some odd looks from the stable hands as you walk by.
I just kind of tip my hat at them. Evening.
This seems like a bad idea, guys.
Yeah, they do not respond to that.
This seems like a very bad idea.
I want to make sure I understand this. So I'm picturing like a three building town on a little island in the middle of California.
There's a flat island. There's like 3 barracks buildings, a stable, a cantina, a place to butcher things, and then a couple more buildings that didn't have windows.
Oh, okay. Fine.
All in all,
okay.
the boys probably inventoried like less than 30 soldiers between all the barracks.
We can kill that many.
Maybe, yeah.
There's a nice wooden sign above the cantina between the first and second stores that says, Sede Esperanza. Sorry, native Spanish speakers. Again, you guys push your way in. Not quite standard saloon doors. Maybe they're push doors like that, but they're much taller. You know, they reach all the way to the floor and kind of come up to your head. So you can't quite see what you're walking into until you push your way in there.
And then 6 sopping wet assholes.
No,
We've
we're
had
not.
a little bit of time to dry. Yeah,
I
we've
thought it was
dried off
also
a bit.
wrapped up, so we're good. We're not wet.
I mean, part of us is.
Yeah, some of us are.
We weren't in a boat.
We got some damp pants.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah,
Pants.
the pants, but we like wrapped our shirts and stuff. Yeah.
I was down to my undies.
That's not a bad
Oh,
plan.
so Lucky's
Oh, perfect.
fine.
So
That's
just
even
your undies
better.
are a little damp. What else is new? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, we push that door in. Abel steps inside, spurs clanking, and pauses for a moment to scan the room.
Okay, you guys are arriving at night. Not what I pictured, so I'm just trying to think about
Not what we pictured either.
Yeah. It's dark in here. There's sort of oil lanterns set up around the room and a single chandelier with the candles hanging from it. There's old wooden tables in here stained with whiskey, and all of them have that texture that's like sticky varnish. A lot of the chairs are uneven, though I suppose you wouldn't know that from here. It has a strong scent of alcohol, sort of like it's spilled everywhere, you know.
Did you say sticky floors?
Yeah, there's your boots stick to the ground as you walk through. That's great. What else about this place makes it seem really old?
I think one of the walls has sort of this challenge wall. It's written in Spanish, so the boys I don't think any of them can read Spanish to understand what it is, but it's clear that it's a name and then somebody's knife just embedded in the wall under this big sign. And there's a lot of knives in there.
Filling here is one bartender and a single table of poker. There's a group of 5 Mexican soldiers, half unbuttoned, you know. I don't know how their uniforms work, but, you know, like an open flap on a uniform. Maybe not exactly like that, but sort of, you know, disheveled. They're having good times. Sleeves are rolled up. Chips and cards everywhere. Empty glasses filling the table that the bartender has not bothered clearing. And as you enter the room, one of them, like, they're in the middle of a laugh, and one of them stops, looks up to you, lowers his voice, and starts to talk to his buddies as they push chips around.
Caleb, how far is this saloon from the edge of town?
It's probably like, I don't know, 60 yards?
And how far is it from the stable?
30 yards.
I really wish 2 of us spoke Spanish so we could go blood meridian on this and just have a conversation in Spanish with zero context for our audience. That'd be amazing.
That would be sick.
I can try. I don't know how to speak it, but I can give it a shot.
Got Google Translate. We'll just do that real fast.
I can count to 30.
After a brief moment to take in the room, Abel calmly walks towards the bar at a measured, not hurried pace. He gives the soldiers at the table a long look and then sort of a quick, like, dip of the head nod as he walks up to the bar. He's not wearing his hat, so his scars and like the stubble on half of his head are very evident as he leans up against the bar.
Hey there. Bartender's clean-cut face, short cut hair. He's wearing an apron, white button-up shirt. You can't see his pants. You don't look like the normal fare.
Abel just stares at him for a moment. I'm looking for a place to stay.
No rooms here.
Abel looks past him to the door that presumably leads back to the kitchen, looks around the room and back to him.
Seems like a nice night.
Yeah, it does.
How late are you guys open till?
Till they leave. And he like nods towards the soldiers.
Well, boys, when are you guys planning on leaving?
To the table of 5?
Yep.
I like it.
One of them turns towards you. It's like a bulky woman, 6 feet tall, pixie cut. Who the hell are you? She says in a thick Mexican accent.
That depends. I'm either the guy that's going to get kicked out on the street or the guy that can be buying you drinks all night. And I put down a gold eagle on the table.
Oh, wow. Make a persuasion roll. We're going to say this is flat.
Yeah. Well, I got bennies. No
Don't
biggie.
fuck it up.
Yeah, I'm going to use one of these bennies.
What kind?
I'm going to use in a blue benny. Add a D6 to that.
Awesome.
Boom. That puts me at an 8.
There's a tense moment. Grab a chair.
Sounds like a plan. What are you drinking?
Tequila.
All right. I guess 12 tequila shots, please.
Abel leans towards the bartender, where he's still standing at the bar. Just hand me the bottle. I'll take it.
He hands you the bottle and then starts wiping the bar down.
Scoops up the bottle, big pile of glasses, and plops himself down at the table across from Ellis.
Look, he's going to post himself up at the bar.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that Thaddeus hasn't like immediately jumped to gambling at tables. He's been sort of just reading the room. It was kind of weird in here. It's just like 6 dudes chilling. So he's just at the door for now, and then as Abel sort of walks across the room, he'll slowly move in. I don't think he'll sit at that table, but he'll sit at a table between them and the door.
Harper's going to post up next to Lucky at the bar.
She says, little blind's $1, big blind's $5. How much you playing with?
Oh, they want us to...
Yeah, it's a little
gamble, huh?
Yeah, it's a little forward. You ran a casino for a while. It's very much like a fuck you, you know, if you're going to be here, you're going to be paying money.
Yeah.
How good are you at gambling, by the way? You freaking owned a casino.
Yeah, but I never gambled.
That's weird.
Hey, I mean, if you know how everything's set up.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't gamble ever, but
Right.
Yeah, like
I mean, for show.
I was the house, you know.
You suck at it? Tell us.
Yeah, I suck. I think Thaddeus is very good at gambling, though.
I
He
think
is,
I
yeah.
know. He's very
I
good at
suppose-
cheating.
Abel looks up at Ellis and smiles and says, I think we're in. He swipes the cards off the table and starts to shuffle and deal.
All right. If y'all are in, make gambling rolls while we have this conversation.
Oh no.
This is like the last moment you got to call Thaddeus over, I think.
Honestly, I think it would go better without Thaddeus.
I also like the idea of
agree.
not having Thaddeus in a gambling scene for once.
I did.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably better if you lose.
Right. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's true. That's true.
Lucky, would you roll for me?
What do you have?
A D6.
Oh, you're actually pretty
really?
good.
What the hell?
We did some gambling.
4.
I got a 4.
Okay. She wild card. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
She blew up a 6 into a 10. Beat you with a raise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd lose $5 each.
Okay.
Sorry, Abel.
His dealing motions are rusty. It's clear that he hasn't really touched cards like this in a long time. But Abel displays a surprising amount of grace and comfort as he deals and manages the round and the various bettings that go around. And even though he and Ellis lose, there's not too much disappointment on his face.
Pretty strange for you to be out here. Not a lot of call to come to this little town.
Pretty strange for anybody to be out here then, huh? What are you guys doing out here anyways?
You got a raise on your persuasion roll?
Yeah, I did.
She smiles. We're just waiting to get shipped.
Oh yeah, where are you going?
She opens her mouth and then someone across the table shoots her a glare. We don't know. Our orders will get here soon.
Fair enough, fair enough.
We only ask because we're out here looking for a friend of ours and weren't sure if they'd come through town.
You weren't sure if they came through here. They a soldier?
No.
Well, if they aren't a soldier, who are they?
Just well, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's a love interest of one of my brothers.
Abel smiles real pleasantly at her.
Make a persuasion roll. Cameron, make a gambling roll for Abel. Lucky, make a notice roll.
Are you wearing a mask right now?
Yeah, 100%.
That is super weird, right?
No one
Yep.
said anything.
It's very weird.
That's
That's a-
definitely I think your persuasion should go pretty down.
That's a 3 on his gambling.
Isaac, you lose $5.
Yeah, I'm going to burn a... Red Beanies can add a D6, right?
They can.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, let's see if I can turn this into a raise.
Hey.
I can. I guess 8.
Lucky, that's a raise because the bartender rolled a 1.
Oh, lovely.
Bartender reaches under and pulls out a bottle, and he's trying to be sneaky with it, but he accidentally drops it on the counter and it rolls. He quickly grabs it, makes eye contact with you, looks to the shot glasses he was about to pour, puts it back underneath the counter, and then just pours tequila from a bottle. Ellis, back to the table. Okay, now I get it. There's no reason you'd come out here except for somebody you want to get with. I get it. What'd they look like?
Oh, young woman. Here's the thing. They're out of wedlock. She was with child. We're trying to keep it under wraps here.
She looks across the table to some of the other soldiers. One of them clears their throat. There's a second of silence. Listen, anyone that comes through here like that, and one of the soldiers is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she goes, no, okay, anyone that comes through here like that is doing it by choice. If she came through here, I don't think she wanted to be with your brother anymore.
Maybe she got scared.
Maybe.
He just wants to see his child born, that's all.
Listen, that's just not how it's going to play out. Tell your brother, get over her, because apparently she got over him.
I ain't the getting over kind. Are they armed?
Just with handguns. We got our Teniente flying in soon with the orders, so if you want to wait for him to get here, you can. You can talk to him. The chances are you're not going to be able to see her. I'm sorry, that's just how it is.
Has this happened before?
Both of you make another gambling roll, and then make a persuasion roll, Alex.
Oh, no.
That's the exact same roll I rolled last time.
Snake eyes on gambling.
Perfect.
Abel failed unless he wants to use a Benny.
Blows it up to a 10.
Man, she can gamble.
Got a 4 on the persuasion, though.
Ellis,
Oh, how much money do I lose first?
probably $10, and then she got a raise over Abel, so he loses $5. Although, in hindsight, if you guys kill these people, you're just getting it all back.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Huh?
Yeah, we've all played Grand Theft Auto.
I'll just
We know
cross
how
that
to do
out if
this.
that's what happens.
Yeah. He was very nonchalant about losing.
As you say that, Ellis, one of the soldiers from across the table sort of scoots his chair back and plants his feet on the ground and sort of squares himself up. He was slouching over before. She said, forget her. You're not getting her back. No, this has not happened before. He looks over to the woman that was just talking to you and then back to you. You need to stop asking these questions. You need to go camp outside. You need to rest off whatever you've been drinking tonight. You need to go home and forget about her. He says directly to Abel.
Abel looks at Ellis for a long moment and then glances up at the other boys at the bar. Are they giving any signal like they want this to be go time?
I think we've been ready the whole time.
Well, my thoughts are just like, if we shoot guns, everyone's going to hear it.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
So if we're going to get into a fight, it's got to be a fist fight and it's got to be fast. Now, granted, we have Ellis.
And
Oh, yeah, never mind. We have fucking Ellis. I don't give a shit. So Abel looks up at Ellis, holds eye contact for a moment, and then looks up at his other brothers at the bar, making sure that they're all ready.
Lucky's hand is already on Lady.
Harper, his hands are both in fists up on the counter. He looks tense and he's kind of glancing over to you.
Abel likewise pushes his chair back with a slow scrape and then looks over at that man who interrupted him.
Ellis just gets up and says, well, if that's how you feel, I guess we'll be on our way. And he gets up, scoots his chair back in, and I'm going to make a fighting roll.
Do it and then we'll deal initiative.
Just automatic? That's cool.
I normally never rule it that way, but I think in this case it makes sense. You've been rolling good persuasion rolls. You bought them drinks.
I'm clearly
punch
unarmed, too. I have no coat on.
Yeah.
I have no holster or anything. So that's going to be 11.
Are you attacking the woman you've been talking to or the man that was a little combative?
Who's closest to me?
The woman for sure.
The woman, then.
Good. She's the wild card anyway.
Okay.
That is a raise on her.
Perfect.
She looks a little bit bigger and tougher than the rest.
I should have said wild attack. Oh, well, that's fine.
This doesn't seem like a wild attack moment anyway.
Right, yeah. We're looking at 18.
I guess she's going to soak. 1 success. So even with her soak, you're still going to do 1 damage to her. Is this a wound or is this...
Oh, it's a wound. As Ellis gets up to leave, as he's about to walk away, but he quickly kind of just like grabs her head and slams it into the table in front of her.
The crack rings through the bar. People start to scoot their chairs, and let's deal initiative. Lucky, 3 of hearts. Ellis, 8 of hearts. Abel, king of clubs. Thaddeus, 4 spades.
Can you guys mention that he was going to poison us after this?
Yeah, that'd be good. Daisy, 8 of diamonds. The woman gets a 3 of spades, and these soldiers get a joker.
Already, already with the joker.
They were ready. They knew what was up.
Hey, Thaddeus, you want to add the 3 of spades to your book?
We have 2 spades on the table, Caleb.
2 cards.
Is that what the spades do every time he just gets the deal?
Yes.
He's already counting. He's like, I know. I know.
You're a little more tuned into it now, Thaddeus, with everything you've learned about the cards. You can feel them going to attack. You can feel it in the air. Is there a cooler way to describe that for Thaddeus?
He almost feels like a static electrical sensation, that weird fuzzy tingling crackle as everybody almost seems in slow motion to sort of push back from their seats. It almost seems to like slow down.
The option I'll give you, there's a joker. They're going to go first, which is not great on account that they could draw weapons and start shooting. So if you want to let me write down the 4 you have, I'll redeal their card. If you want to let me write down the 4 you have and the 3 that the bartender has, I'll swap their joker for your 4.
It's a hell of a deal.
That is a hell of a deal, ain't it? Just don't have anything I can do quietly.
This is one of the few times that I want you to actually do it.
Yeah, me too.
The other times you've done it, I've been like bullshit, and this is like actually, important.
And like, obviously I need to, but like...
You can roll fighting, can't you?
I can roll fighting.
You have a spear, dude. What are you talking about?
No, he didn't
you
swim
kid?
out here with a spear.
Well, you're still a fucking
Oh, we
fighter.
could have put it on the piece of wood.
You could have put it in
He
that
didn't.
tiny bag of oilcloth.
Yeah.
He didn't. He left the spear on the boat with old boot.
I mean,
It'd
the
be
rest
cool
of
if
us
it
are going to have
folds
to
up.
fight.
It's true. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that joker.
Good call,
Okay.
Thaddeus.
All right, let me write down the 3 and the 4 real quick. Thaddeus, take it away.
So I guess give me the orientation on the dude who has been sort of irritated with Our Lady talking about.
He's on the far side of the table from the door.
Okay, well, That means he's too far for me. I'm going to see about kicking the leg out from under one of the dudes who's got their backs to me, so that way he'll end up on the ground.
As you stand up to do that, I think what happens is you get almost like time slows down a little bit for you, and then almost a hunch-like moment. For just a minute, you see them draw their guns, and then they haven't drawn their guns, and you're kicking the leg. Do the roll.
I'll go for 2. I'll kick the chair out from the one that's immediately in front of me, and then I'll go for like a good tackle on the guy to his right.
The aggressive guy is kind of a short man. He's got a parry of 5.
I've got a D8 in fighting. Flat, you said, with the multi-action penalty?
Yeah.
That Joker would have been cool if you gave us a Benny. But yeah, I'll go ahead and use this white Benny and try to reroll. Not better.
Damn, what is that, a 2?
2.
So as you kick out the chair, he just stands up and squares his fists against you.
And then the tackle on the dude to his right, also going to be a fail. But I'd hope that I'm at least able to like cover up his arm from being able to draw a weapon.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you jump at him after you kick the chair and you're sort of entangled. So there's just the smash of a head against the table, chair flying out, and then you're locked in combat with this guy. Abel, it's your turn.
So Abel's gonna reach over with his big right hand and grab that shotgun off his left hip and use that as a club and whip one of these people across the face. He pushed back from the table already, so it's kind of a standing, rising, almost like backhand across the face as this big wood knobby stock hits him.
Awesome. What's your fighting?
D6.
You got a 5. So strength plus a D4 from the improvised weapon. What's your strength?
D8.
11.
There is a sickening crack as this young kid's jaw is snapped, instantly concussing him. He falls backwards, hits his head on the table, and then collapses in a heap unconscious. Next up is Alex.
So we slammed her head into the table. She took it pretty well. And as you guys are doing this other stuff, you can see him just continue to just slam and slam. I'm going to do a wild attack. I'm going to frenzy this one.
Oh, baby, I like the way you think.
Oh, no.
So that's a 10 on a D12, a 12 on a D12. He's blowing up.
Okay, so the 10 with the wild attack plus her being unarmed makes it a 14. And that, so it'll be a 21.
On the fighting roll?
On a fighting roll, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
hit with
this
raises.
is, yeah.
You know what I'd let you do?
What's
is probably disarm one of the other ones in addition to killing her or damaging her. You could disarm someone else.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Sure. I think frenzy, I can direct the attacks at different people. But I did I say what I was attacking?
You said you were smashing her head against the
Yeah,
table
so
a bunch of times.
I'm just doing her, sorry. I'm just
No,
going
you're
to keep
good.
smashing her head. Although if you'll give it to me, if I do enough damage on this, can I just break the table and leave these guys just kind of sitting there in their chairs in the middle of the room?
If you kill her in this attack, they're going to have to make a fear roll.
Deal. Blew up. 23 damage.
Oh, pull up the fear table. Tell me what happens to her corpse.
What is this table made out of? Must be some...
It is whatever they build ships out of. So living oak, perhaps?
So the first time I hit this woman's head on the table, I'm actually pretty surprised at like how well she takes it. So then I really just kind of put my strength into it. And she hits the table so hard that it splinters right around the impact area and her head goes all the way through. And I pull it back up.
Ooh.
And she may or may not be dead at this point. But regardless, I take her head and just shove it into the splinters on the side of the table, kind of impaling her head on this table.
No wild cards left, so I'm just rolling 5d4s. One of these will be the bartender. All failed, except the one mean asshole.
Okay, can I use Wing Chun to make an attack against him as a free action?
You certainly can, yeah.
A 9 to hit.
With a raise.
These boys gotta work on their fighting. Yeah, that's a bunch of damage. Sorry, Caleb. 13.
Dead.
So, yeah, I think this guy's much easier to take out. All the other guys, you said he's the only one that made the fear check?
Yeah.
So I see the other guy's kind of looking pretty scared, but this guy's, holding his own, and I don't like that. So I think I'm going to just jump across the table and just give him a nice swift kick right to his face. And you can just kind of hear the snap of his neck, and I'll land on the other side, kind of behind where these guys are sitting.
I'm rolling on the fear table. One of them has a major phobia of masks. One of them is panicked, and they're going to run as fast as they can. And then the last one, the bartender, is stunned. He gains a mark of fear.
Do me and Abel get an attack of opportunity on the one that ran?
Go for it.
All right, Abel.
I'm going to try and tackle his ass.
Roll it.
4.
think what happens is he starts to run, and I think this would be an Abel thing to do. You throw the shotgun at the back of his head and then run at him and tackle him to the ground. Harper, he's stunned, but he could still reach a weapon, I suppose. It's your turn.
So that guy looks like he's being detained at this point, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Harper, almost too calm, looks up at this bartender and like holds his eyes for a second, and then like hops behind the bar and reaches up with his metallic arm and grabs him by the throat, and then kind of pulls him down and picks up that bottle that he dropped. I think he pushes this guy up against the wall and just holds the bottle in front of him. If this is combat, that's all I'm going to do with it.
So we cut to Lucky at the bar with your hand still on Lady undrawn. Everyone in the room has been dispatched, and you can't see it. But next to you, Wei Chuge is sitting on the counter, just watching. He's not smiling. He's just staring at Ellis. There's a close-up shot of his face, and we just see the tiniest of gulps in his throat. Thank you for listening to Sounds Like Crows. If you like the show, please tell a friend about us. It's our easiest way to gain new listeners. Thaddeus was played by Marshall Sims at Mr. Malicious One. Abel was played by Isaac Sunstead at Abel the Crow. Elijah Lee Crow was played by Alex Horrell at Alex Horrell. Luciano Lucky Crow was played by Cameron Day, who you can find on our Patreon-exclusive Discord server. Harper was played by Cameron Reed at CJReed211. And I'm Marshall Caleb at Marshall Caleb on Twitter. See you next Monday.